pet store, which is petstore.swagger.io. A quick description of how this works. This is again a public accessible site. It has a few authentication setup, and you can use the header of API key to test it, or you can use OAuth. The way you would do it is you would click on authorize, and here this is the key, and you would type in secret-key and authorize the session, which is basically this special key. Right? So, sorry, I would say special key. I think I typed it as instead of key. So it authorizes it. At this point, for this exercise, it really is a pass-through, but just to give you an example, the APIs that we will be using is the get in here, and we'll find out all the available. Click on try now, that enables it, all the available one, and you click on execute. It will give you a whole slew of pets that are available. Now, this is a public site, so you'll see a ton of data. And as we test, we'll make sure we are adjusting on some of the, we are deleting what we create. So next, the way to get to the JSON for this is you take this URL, copy this over, and paste it into here. This is the JSON. And what we'll do is we will select the whole thing, and just so that it's readable, we'll use a JSON formatter. You can Google it up, just simple JSON. If you just say JSON formatter, first one is the one you can use. Paste it, click on process, and it will show you a nice readable format. So we're going to copy this over and go to Cloud Workflow. We could have used the URL in here, but we're going to make some changes for authentication bit. So here you could basically paste the URL. My Chrome is autofill, so I'm going to just remove the username, password, and save it. Now, our specs requires that, or the specs here requires that we have the special key as an authorization. So if you click on this, it says here's the header that goes in. So to implement this, we will quickly add a section. This is very custom to our platform, where we can inject additional keys, headers in the call. So we'll go find a space. The top level, just for structural standpoint, I'm going to just add it after the base path, and I will have Control V. So this is the header, the API key, the end true, and here we'll say the special key, and again making sure that my browser usernames are not set up. I'll go ahead. Save. So once you have done that, we can go to the process, create a process called get all apps, pets, and we're going to just query all the pets. The first thing is you will select your API, the connector that you have created, and you'll select find by status. When you select find by status, at the bottom you'll see status equals empty field, and we'll just type in available in here. The application would do, identify these parameters automatically. And then you'll click on preview just to validate if everything is working. If everything is working, you'll get a dump like this. So this is a good first step. So to make your integration work, what I've done is I've created a console adapter. Console adapter simply dumps the data in to the console, so you can look at it. We're going to just insert to the console, and in the map, I'll keep it fairly simple. The output will just print the name of the pet that is available on it. So click on it. You can save the workflow, And when you run it, you will see a lot of this data that has come through, the JSON returned, and the output would have come down on the top. See, these are all the pets, right? So this is a simple get call that you can use. The next one will be a post. So here we're going to go create a pet. So we'll go click on edit. Just to trigger one run, console has this feature to just create a record, since ideally you would read from a database or some other application to push. So in this case, we are dumbing it up, saying the output is just returning a dummy record. This is for a quick test. And here we'll call the pet store API. We'll say insert. We'll have the pet because we are inserting this pet. And then in the mapping, what I will do is I'll create a my pet one and status as available. If you're reading from a database and you have mapped, you can map it accordingly, the whole structure. Okay. Close. And at this point, we'll save this, making sure. If you run now, it should create a pet. And it has created a pet, and you can see the response comes through. And this is the ID. So now if I took this ID into the Swagger console, just to see if this was created, I would bounce to the get call on this and say, what is the pet in here? Execute. And this should show me the pet one, and it's available. And then, I'm just, so that we clean it up, I'm going to just go ahead and delete this. So I have the secret key as special key because that's what they want. And we'll just delete this record. So at this point, I just cleaned up the instance. So just to make sure that it's cleaned up, I'll just execute just to make sure there is no pets found. So this is a quick example of how to use Swagger within our application. Raman, quick questions, and you can validate this mapping. When we go through this mapping and we have these categories, is this supported?
Yes, Rajiv. I mean, this is coming from the metadata. I mean, the Swagger JSON contains all of this information, and we can always map anything from the right section or hard code some value here.
Okay. So this is something to be verified if we can.
Yeah.
Stop.